Hi everybody, happy Sunday evening. We're back for day 73 of 100 and this is my favorite paint show. So I'm Dionne with the Turquoise Iris and I'm going to continue working on this green hutch, and yeah, it's upside down. That's exactly right. I'll explain a little bit more about that, but first I want to grab Marquee Red, which is a color from DIY Paint, and I'm going to get started on the front of this. Yesterday we worked on different sections, so today we're going to work on the front of this, the side here, and then the entire thing will be painted, and we're going to go from there with some different colored waxes, probably black. Just to recap, I'm going to let you take a sneak peek down at the bottom. It is upside down. Again, I'll tell you in a minute about that. YouTube, you can see here, this is a glass hutch. I have painted the glass in a technique that I'd never done before, and right here, and the piece, so you can see what we're going for. It's a very warm shades of red, coral, and orange. So let's continue this section here. This old gray was the color that I used like 3 years ago. I'm tired of this piece. I don't really need it anymore for storage. And now I want to do the totally different look, and then I'm gonna put it up for sale because I don't actually need this piece anymore. So I had it for 3 years. I'm ready to move it along. So I'm gonna grab Marquee Red from DIY Paint. I'm also gonna grab the little D. I've got Marquee on a little tray right here. So I'm gonna get started on the front by grabbing my water girl. You guys, hello, Matt is here. Matthew.
Hello.
Matthew.
Hello.
We've had a fun project going on all weekend. Okay.
Oh.
We've had a fun project going on all weekend, and so we were very excited to share it with you, but it may be another day. Yes?
Yes.
At least another day? Maybe?
I might get it done tonight. I don't know.
So hard to work with artists.
That is a fact.
So this is the water girl, and it's funny. My son, just about, 30 minutes ago, we were in the kitchen, he goes, Mom, why in the world did you name your water bottle Water Girl? Like, why? And so I explained to him that my brushes are all names of sports. Like the team, the Magic Pack, we've got the cheerleader, we've got the mascot, we've got the boss. The VIP is the large 6-inch brush, and so it just felt right. Everything I do is about being on a team. I like to work with a team. I mean,
we're Team Woods right now.
We're Team Woods. That's what I've been calling our family forever. They're saying that you sound like Billy Crystal.
I do. Hello. Hello. City Slickers, good funny movie.
Okay, so I'm getting started with Marquee. Get going, right, before everybody starts yelling at me?
Yes, let's get this party started. Now keep in mind, yesterday, there was quite the buzz about a phrase and some words. Do you remember what those were?
Oh, a steampunk, yes.
Steampunk.
Yeah, they were saying this piece reminds them of steampunk design.
Yeah, so that really kind of got me fired up about steampunk.
Yeah, did you do some research and learn a little bit more about it?
No. I just read the comments. But I was super excited, and I think we're gonna go for it.
Well, you thought I was all boho, but yeah.
This is far from rustic, vintage, linen, boho.
Did you say vintage linen?
Yeah, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's a color.
Oh, that's a color.
Yeah.
My bad. That's
it's
a color.
Alright, it's alright. So, no, we decided to name this one Pretty Little Steampunk. Whoop. Right, Matt? Is that what we named it, Pretty Little Steampunk?
Pretty Little Steampunk.
Yes.
Is the name of this. Yeah.
You guys were awesome with your suggestions yesterday. Now I'm going to work on this quickly because I want to incorporate some of the coral and the fire starter. So hang tight, we're going to get some more colors here.
Okay, Bonnie Fuller on the YouTube. She says, my favorite paint show. Just saw this pop up on YouTube. Excellent. Where can I order the Painter Water Mister?
You can go to paintpixie.com. And if you can't do it right now, afterwards, I always post the links right underneath and in the description, so it'll be there for you. But under paintpixie.com, if you go to the Water Girl, it's one of the items that we have. So you will actually get it shipped from Paint Pixie. That's where my brushes are as well. So they'll ship it right out to you guys.
Lady J, hello. Is Big Top waterproof and washable after it dries?
Is it waterproof? So it's definitely, it's water-based, but it's so durable. I love to seal it on my pieces of furniture, so it's not something that you're going to reactivate with water. It's a great top coat, and I love to use it when I do pieces of furniture that have more of an actual image on them. I like to seal it with it. Sometimes I don't always want to use wax, and I also like the sheen that it gives. Okay, so let me grab my coral.
I think it's pronounced coral.
No, it's really not, babe.
No? Okay.
No,
My bad.
it's not a corral. But good try.
Rochella Flores. What top coat do I use on metallic paint?
Metallic paint, a big top would be perfect if you use that. Or the crystal chandelier, the liquid patina called crystal chandelier, if you are asking about DIY paint specifically. I use it pretty well exclusively on my furniture. So that would be my recommendation for you. Yes, this painting is painting upside down. I do, this is not my normal go-to, but I've given the ladies and gentlemen in my Creative Connection group a challenge, and this month's challenge is to paint from a different perspective, meaning you've got to paint it on its back, upside down, or on its side. So I can't just give them the challenge without doing it myself. There's a certain type of vault in your brain that gets unlocked when you do things from a little bit different perspective. So I'm hoping to give them an opportunity to think outside of their box, literally, and just turn the piece just a little bit differently, upside down, maybe on its side, and actually work a little bit on their piece that way. So that's the challenge for January for the ladies and gentlemen in the Creative Connection. So this is Cowgirl Coral, and I'm putting it on top of Marquee Red, and then I'm going to grab Firestarter. It's a bright orange here in just a sec. And then I'm going to remind you what the bottom part looks like, because we antiqued the windows that are on the bottom of this piece. Careful.
Sorry.
Careful. Any questions, Matt?
Donetta Bates Harmon just had a comment. She said, and you're not doing any blue. I am in shock.
I'm in shock too, Donetta.
We're here to shock the system for this piece.
No,
right
you're exactly right. I am having a hard time with no blue. Woo! We'll see if I can pull it off, though. I'm going to add copper as well to the hardware. I think,
yeah, we're going to do some industrial gears, maybe some,
no,
maybe some skulls. Maybe
no,
some skulls.
No, we're not.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
You're saying things that you didn't check with me, Mr. Design Assistant.
Design
#Teamwood.
assistant.
I know, you're the assistant, not the boss.
Oh, good point. All right. Looking good.
Okay.
Terry Brewer.
Okay.
Says hello
Terry.
from North Carolina.
Hi, Terry. Let's grab some Firestarter. It's a bright orange. Love it.
505 joined. Rainbow 505. Laura.
Hi, Rainbow 505. Just love saying that.
Scarletta. Beautylicious. I didn't say bootylicious.
You're getting used to her being on here.
Getting
you
better.
got it right.
Getting better. Wendy Miller, she said she painted with turquoise and blue today.
Well, now you're just rubbing it in. Those are my colors, aren't they? This is different for me. But I love to challenge, and this goes really well with the glass that's on the other end of this piece.
Looks like Mark Gonzalez. Mark. Hi from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Hi.
When do we, Donette, she goes, when do we get to see it right side up?
Probably when it's done, Donetta. It's going to be a surprise for all of us. It's part of the challenge.
ADR on YouTube. How and where do you sell your pieces?
I'll sell them on my website at theturquoiseiris.com. I have a shipper that I've been using for 4.5 years, and he hand delivers it right to your door.
You just make it sound so simple.
Nothing simple about it, but it's pretty easy for me because I mean I've been doing it for so many years. It's the only way I've done it. I've never had a brick and mortar, so I've never sold on Facebook Marketplace or anything. Actually, when I did the Facebook Marketplace wasn't around.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so hard to say.
Is the shipper Matt? No,
No,
it's not.
No.
I have someone that specializes in doing painted and antique furniture.
Okay, Jody Side Bottom Karan.
Okay.
Hi from Saskatoon.
That's in Canada.
Saskatchewan, Canada.
Yeah, that's in Canada, babe.
Woo!
Was that a...
That one was hard. I still don't even know if I got it right.
Probably not, but it's okay. You tried.
Cindy on YouTube, how far will your shipper go?
Maine. I'm in Oklahoma. He goes to Florida, California for me. I know he goes to Maine. He's going to Virginia next week. Everywhere. That's his job. That's what he does for a living. And I've worked with James for 4.5 years. So.
Mary Beth Nichols, she asked the same thing. Where do you sell your pieces? Which is primarily
on my website.
On the website, right?
The turquoiseiris.com.
Do you sell them anywhere else?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Where else?
I don't know. Just asking.
Oh, I'm like, am I missing something? No, just on my website, and people see me on Facebook and everything. This is my 10th year to be in business, and so Facebook. I mean, I might on social media, someone might contact me through that. Oh no, wait, we've got to turn it on this. So I'm going to give you, for those of you that are just now popping on, I'm going to give you another peek of what the bottom. Actually, it's the top, but on here it's the bottom. What it looks like.
Tanya Lynn, do you have to package the piece or does the shipper do that for you?
He does that for me. I used to do all of that. I used to load my furniture up on a bus and take it to the bus station. But
yeah, we used to go Greyhound.
We did that for years too, like 3 years. There is what the bottom looks like. That's actually glass where you see the distressed goldish brown. That's glass. It looks like I have a lot more fire starter down here. So I probably need to put a little more fire starter here. So let me do that real quick before I switch. We're going to do this side over here as well, you guys.
Rainbow 505, what do you sell at Reclaimed Warehouse?
I sell my paint. I retail DIY paint. I retail paint pixie brushes. And then I retail IOD transfers. Oh, so sorry, Facebook.
Sorry, Facebook.
Sorry. That's what I sell there. I don't own the store. They just let me retail there, and then that's where I do my workshops here in Moore, Oklahoma as well. Are you going to be hand painting and transfers on this piece? Not on this one. This one, no hand painted flowers for this one. But before we go, I will lower the camera completely down so you can get a better idea of what it's going to look like when we do flip it over.
Elisa Drivanos.
Hi, Elisa.
Hi, I just started using DIY paints and I'm having a hard time with it sticking. I don't know if I'm wetting it too much or not. Or not enough, excuse me.
You're probably wetting it too much if the paint is pulling off. I would use less water, because you don't necessarily have to use water. I just usually do. Because I'm always blending more than one color, but if you're just using one color, you don't have to actually use water if you don't want to. Also, you might make sure you're not overworking it because it dries really quickly. So as soon as you get it on, you get it the way you want, just leave it alone, because the more you brush it, you're going to start pulling it back off. It is very porous, it holds a lot of water, so it evaporates really quickly, it dries quickly as well. I love that part because I'm impatient. Let me switch it over here to the side, you guys.
Cindy, she's on YouTube. Do you not wet until second coat?
That's right. When I'm doing my base coat, I don't usually use any water. I just wait until I start layering my colors for the second coat. So back to the gray. Time for marquee again. Now this already has the base coat. Base coat meaning this is what I've had it painted in for 3 years. So I'm going to go ahead and lightly mist that.
Carissa Santiago.
Hi, Carissa.
Do you always wax your projects at the end?
Yeah. Unless I'm using Big Top, which is a sealer. I'll do one or the other. I don't use both. I love the way wax looks because it gives it extra colors as well. It gives it extra, like, you can take, it'll take green and you put white over it, you get a different color. If you have blue and you put black over it, it gives it another different color. So I love the variations that wax gives a piece. I think it gives it a more artistic look too. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, babe.
I don't know what happened to Facebook.
Huh? Facebook is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. So this is a really warm look for me, and it's going back with the glass panels that are on the bottom of this piece, which is actually the top of the piece. I am painting this piece upside down, and I explained earlier why I'm doing that. Not just because I'm silly. Hi, everybody. Hey, guys that are popping on. I'm so happy that you're here. See a lot of familiar faces tonight. We're on for my favorite paint show. I decided if I was going to come on every night, it would be a whole lot easier if I could just say one name, my favorite paint show, instead of coming up with a title for every description every time I went live. So this is just easier. It's Paint Talk, and it's called My Favorite Paint Show. So now you can say, what are you doing? Watching my favorite paint show. So we've got a challenge for you, and it started today. If you guys can come up with really clever ways to use the Water Girl bottle, and if you have one, you get to post on social media, hashtag TI for Turquoise Iris Water Girl Challenge. And you can show us how you would creatively use the Water Girl. And at the end of the month, Matt and I are going to pick the most creative way, and we're going to actually send you a whole set of my Turquoise Iris brushes. We're going to do maybe some more prizes, but we're going to pick some winners. All you have to do is use that hashtag. So I sent that out on my email list today. I posted it on Facebook and on Instagram stories as well. So we want to know your fun ways that you would use a spray bottle for. So we've actually start listing them right now. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Like I said, Matt and I are coming up with a really clever project. We can't wait to share it.
Nancy Guerrero, did you sand the base coat or was it not waxed? Question mark.
It was waxed, and I did lightly sand it before I started this section on Friday Night Live. That's what I mentioned that I was had sanded it. Sanded. Did I say something wrong? I think maybe I did.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. You guys, you know what they need to start offering in college pretty soon? I think that colleges should start offering a course so young people can take how to do a Facebook Live, do something at the same time, answer questions, and say thank you and you're welcome to your child when he knocks on the door, and communicate with your husband and keep a smile on your face because there's no place for it. So. What? Yeah, there's no place you can go and learn all of that.
Heck no.
Other than just trial and error. So
hey, get this. This will put a smile on your face.
Okay, I like smiles.
I hope I say this right. Dorta? She says, hello, 4 a.m. in Poland.
Oh my goodness, how are you up?
And I have to see you. Smiley faces.
Oh.
That's pretty awesome right there.
Thanks for hanging out at 4 a.m. in Miss Poland. Not in Miss Poland, but in Poland. Thank you for being on here. Go to bed, sister.
Let me see. We have something here. I just skipped over it trying to find it. Oh, Christy Korn.
Hi, Christy Korn.
Does it have to involve painting?
No.
Spray bottle. No, be creative. Figure out what you want to do with it.
What would you, hi Q, you're in love with the red. Me too, sister. You show us what you would use a continuous spray bottle for. I've got lots of ideas.
They're throwing out some good ideas here too.
I want to hear your ideas because I can't really see all the time.
They're saying water bottle spray is how I get my dog to mind.
Oh!
fixing my daughter's hair. Let me see if there's any other ones. Spray the cat to keep him away, says Terry Brewer.
Put those on social media if you have a bottle and tag me so we can see it. Tag me and use the hashtag.
Valerie Smith, can you put other liquids than water in the spray bottle?
Oh, sure. Yeah, as long as you have the spray bottle in your hand, you can put whatever you want in it and be as clever as you want. Just make sure I get the message and that you use the hashtag, because that will enter you to, we'll pick the most creative person and send them some prizes. We might pick more than one. It just depends on how many entries we have.
Yeah, how many entries we got.
Yeah.
I like this one right here, Sharon Asher. My husband absolutely hates being sprayed with water. I could torture him. That's just wrong.
Sharon, that's awesome.
That's wrong.
Oh, it's funny though. I don't care. That's funny. Okay, so this side, I don't remember whether I did this side with the other colors. So let me turn it around. And then don't leave, because when we're done here, I'm going to lower the cameras and remind you what it looks like from the front. Sorry about that. Okay, let me turn this around. So the three colors that we've used are Marquee Red, we've used Cowgirl Coral, and we've used Fire Starter. I used copper on the hardware yesterday, copper that I had made. Isn't that pretty? I don't usually use these colors very often. I love
But they're working.
Oh, they're working with this piece. They look great with the windows.
Yeah, look really good.
They look great. Q had suggested the red the other night on Friday Night Live. Awesome. Are they giving any ideas that I haven't heard yet?
Mary Beth Nichols, spray it in my face when I get a hot flash, LOL.
Yeah, that's one that I thought of doing the...
oh, yeah. Oh, okay, Raquel?
Hi, Raquel.
Oil and vinegar spray to use for your salad. Yeah, there's lots of good ideas, y'all. Now keep in mind, save your favorite one to turn in, right?
Yeah,
don't be giving your best idea out.
Right, don't tell your favorite, because that may win you a prize. So I'm going to get this red reactivated a little bit.
Robert Gloria, what are you going to do with the drip marks that are now upside down? That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. I'm not going to worry about those drip marks at all. We're painting from a different perspective, and I'm going to be using a black wax probably on this. So I will have to determine whether I like it or not at the time. Oh, we got Lisa Williams. She said, first time watching your live. She says, love your work. Lisa Williams, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Whoopsies, I think I did that out of order. I'm not worried about it though. Rita Young. Hi, Rita. Says, what do you mix to get copper? I use Golden Ticket, which is a product from DIY. And then I add just a little bit of Marquee Red, and it makes a really pretty copper. Now, DIY is coming out with their own, but it should be out anytime. And so what I've been doing for the last year or so is just making my own, but I'm really looking forward to it when we get it, because it's probably going to be a better copper. This is just the best I can get and the closest that I can get, because I like to create a rose gold. I have a wonderful recipe for bronze. For bronze, if you take half Golden Ticket and half Dark and Decrepit, it's so perfect. It is so perfect, you guys, for bronze. Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Do you paint the back of your furniture? Only if it's like this. I kind of like this because it actually has the original sticker. This is a Bernhardt piece. It has the original information that came from Kansas City, Missouri. Actually, it originally came from North Carolina, is what it says. So I do not paint the back unless we replace the back with a new piece of plywood or something like that. Then I will, because then it just looks wonky. But if it has the original, it looks pretty good. There's no holes or anything in it. I leave it because I like it. Okay. So let's lower the camera, and I'm going to remind you all, in case you didn't watch last night or Friday night, I'm going to remind you all what the front looks like and
how we got that look.
Donnetta, your base coat on the glass was gray metallic, question mark?
Yeah. Donnetta, it was golden ticket with beadboard in it, which is one of our whites. And then I added a drop of gray, letterpress gray. Now, Matt, if you'll just bring that down just a little bit, we'll go down to the floor here. Perfect.
A bit lower?
Yeah, just a little bit, please. Hi, Chandra. We're young friends. I know what you mean by saying old friend. Yeah, that's perfect, Matt. Okay, so yes, this piece is upside down. It is a little wonky. I'm always challenging myself. I'm challenging the group to paint from a different perspective, so just don't mind that. Friday night, we did Friday Night Live. Q and I were on here, and I decided to paint the glass of this. I have had this in my home for 3 years, and we just don't need it anymore. So I decided to give it a whole other look.
I got a question from ADR. If you have ever used a clay-based paint, what is the working difference? Thanks.
The clay-based paint, not only does it not smell, it just, you have no VOCs. The clay is extremely porous. It likes to blend, and so it just does it automatically. It's very hard. It's an extremely durable finish once it cures. The main thing is that the pigment is this paint has like 10 times more pigment than other chalk paints in the market. So you never lose the intensity of the color. It doesn't dull by adding the water or adding other colors. So I love the intensity of the pigment. I love that there's no smell. It's actually, there's nothing harmful in the paint. It literally has like 9 ingredients, so I don't ever feel threatened, or I don't have to worry about our allergies, or it's just really important to have good products, especially when I'm painting in my home. So there is chalk. It's DIY. It's a clay-based and chalk. But like I said, there's only 9 ingredients in it, and it kind of. Do you ever smell the paint?
No.
You don't, do you? Because used to, you wouldn't let me paint in the house because it would bother you, and I hated to bother you and the boys. Allergies. But when I started using DIY, it didn't bother me anymore, and he didn't know that I was painting in the house when I first started using it.
She was tricking me.
I was sneaking inside, and you never said anything. I was like, I don't think he smells it. So it just, if you smell anything, it's more of a dirt smell. So I just want y'all to know what I did here. So on Friday night, if you missed it, you can still go back and watch it on Facebook. Friday night, which is January 3rd. I rolled golden ticket. No, I brushed it on. So a little bit of golden ticket, and then I added white and a little gray. So it was like a warm silver. I was trying to get a true silver, couldn't do it. Brushed it on and kept working it. So it dried, and I kept working it. So I started pulling the paint back off and creating a really fun texture. Then I took the Brayer, which is this.
It's a squeegee. It's a squeegee.
It's a rolly thing though, babe.
It's a squeegee.
So I started using this and sprayed it, and then rolled this over, and it started creating this texture and pulling it off. I started going this way and then this way, back and forth. And then once it was dry, I grabbed the DIY Darkened Decrepit Dust. So it's one of our new products, and I used JRV, Jamie Ray's stencils, and I just tapped it into areas to create some shading and darkened it in these areas. So see it's a little more silver here, and then I added that dust, and it got kind of stuck down in that gold, and it kind of held on to it. So it's really a pretty look. The last thing that I added was black wax, and I didn't cover the whole thing, but you can see some of this over here and around here, that it actually has black wax, which I'm going to plan on putting over the entire piece of furniture, is some black.
An Italian squeegee. Russell Road. I think we get along really well. I like that.
Yeah,
Beth Star, hi Dionne.
Hi.
Do you still have signups for your coaching group?
So the Creative Connection closed back down and we were just open for 2 days, and then we're closed. Donetta, thank you so much. We're closed until April. We ended up with like 125 new members, and I just closed it back down. I was just open for 2 days. But if you go to theturquoiseiris.com and you scroll to the very bottom, you can get on the waiting list, and I'll notify you when we reopen. That way you will be, get an email as a reminder. Doesn't mean you automatically get on, but it means I'll send you a reminder so you don't forget. Does the dark and decrepit stay dusty looking? Because I like old things that look dusty. Deb, this is the first time I've used it. I didn't use any stencils. No stencils, Carla. I used the stencil brush to apply the dark dust.
What's the stencil brush look like? What's the difference? I don't understand.
Can you go get it right there? It's that.
I don't know what I'm going to get because I don't know what it looks like.
It's the silver one. That's
silver?
Yeah, there are 3 of them on a little hook. Right, up to the, keep going away from you. Right there.
Oh.
There you go.
I see.
Yeah. So this is the one that I used, the large stencil. It's the 24, it's a JRV, and this is the stencil brush, babe. So they just mean they have a shorter map. You asked, and I'm telling you.
Oh, I thought my bad. I was reading. I'm reading quotes and questions and.
So you didn't really want to know.
No, I did. Obviously.
Okay. So it's flattened, and so stencils. You said stencil, Sue. Thank you. I used the stencil brush. I did not use the stencil. I apologize for that. So I used the decrepit dust and just kind of tapped it into there, and it dried with the dust in it. Thank you guys for telling me. There's no telling. Again, I said there should be a college course that we should get to take. All the young kids need to go to it on how to do a Facebook Live, paint, do something, and try to communicate with people and look somewhat like you know what you're doing. Right? Because it's not the easiest thing to do. And then I finished it with a little black wax.
That's it.
And no, when I'm completely finished, I think I'm going to put either clear wax over it, the whole thing, or I'm going to do Big Top. I'm probably going to use Big Top. Just to seal the whole thing. So, but it's really cool looking. I like the way that it turned out. So,
are we going to work in a little black wax?
To the piece of furniture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said I was going to do.
Good.
Did you miss it when I said that?
I think I did. Yeah, I apologize if I missed it. My bad.
That's okay. I'm using black wax on it. You got to get that dark and decrepit. Yeah. So I'm going to use black wax and create some shading here, and then the piece will be pretty little steampunk. Are you going to do the top? The top of the piece, Patty?
Paint the top of the piece, yeah.
Oh, I probably will, because this one's not very tall. But right now, of course, it's on the ground. So right now, this one's not very tall. I probably will need to do the top. Look in comments for the close-up. Totally different than here. Yeah, yesterday I posted a close-up in the live, and then as soon as I get done here, I'll do another close-up of the live. Will you clear wax first? No, I'm going to clear wax just the glass, and then I will add black here. I probably will not clear wax it. You probably should, but I probably won't, so you won't see me do that. So I don't want you to think I'm doing something off camera, because I'm not. I use wax a lot, and I love to use black and brown wax, so I have a really bad problem. I don't usually put the clear first, but the clear acts as a barrier. So if you're not familiar with it and don't trust yourself completely with it, then put clear on first. Absolutely. Any more comments? Questions? Should, but won't. Right, Debbie? I'm sorry. Should, but I kind of just do things my way. But I should teach you the right way. Right?
Sure.
Do as I do as I, yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Okay, guys. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to be ready to wax tomorrow. So I probably will have the piece flipped back over because we've painted it upside down just so we could show a different perspective. Like I said, I gave my ladies the challenge. And I want them to know that I'm doing it too. I'm not just throwing them out there to the wolves. I want to actually participate too. So do the Dionne, says Donetta. You guys, if you have any questions, remember about the challenge. Remember, if you use hashtag TI Water Girl Challenge and use it on social media, we're going to pick a winner, whoever can use the water bottle in the most creative way. I don't care if you use it at work, take it with you, however you want to do it. But whoever uses it in the most creative way, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mara. I see you giving me hearts there, girl. I see you. Thank you. This was a totally new thing for me. I was really worried that it was going to be a big flop, but I think it's going over pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for being here, guys. And we'll be back tomorrow, Monday night, 8:30 Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Instagrams. All right, good night.